itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, good, okay.
I just want to check, is Lupe here? Lupe? Lupe? Not here? Okay. Robert Jeff? Robert? No? Okay. Lupe Robert. Parisha? Is Parisha here? Okay. Mitchell is here. Nihal here? Nihal? No? Okay. Selena is here, right? Selena, put your hands up. Selena is there. Okay. Thank you. We'll be starting the function in 5 minutes. We're waiting for our guests, our international guests who come from overseas. And can I ask everyone to put your phones off, please? Okay, thank you. Please make sure those phones are switched off. There should be no ringing during the function, okay? Thank you.
my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Divine Master, Sri Satya Sai Baba. On behalf of the Chairman, the trustees, and the Executive Committee of the Sai Prema Foundation Fiji, I would like to say a big bula and welcome you all to the Gift of Life celebration. This is indeed a special day. It is a day where we celebrate and thank God for giving us all a gift. This gift is a very special gift. This is the gift of life. I can tell you that this celebration and gift of life is not only for you wonderful children who have undergone surgery, but it is a new gift of life for your mothers, fathers, your mother, your father, your sister, your brothers, your grandparents, and all of your families. It is also a celebration of life for all those who have been involved in this project. It has given us a chance to serve God. And really, today is a day where we come before the Lord, offer our prayers, and thank Him for making our lives so special. Over the past 2 weeks, I had a chance to meet many of you. I'm simply amazed at the spirit that you all have. Your smiling faces have given inspiration to the surgeons, doctors, and the medical team, and has motivated us to help more children and more families. To the parents, I bow down to your spirit of surrender and faith, and it is your faith in God that has enabled the doctors to travel from thousands of miles away to come and treat your children. Whilst it is true that the surgeons and doctors have performed the surgeries and the Sai Prema Foundation has organized it, the reality is that it is God who decided to answer your prayers and give the gift of life to your child. Dear children, Fiji is waiting for you to become its future doctors, future prime ministers, future sporting heroes, future musicians. We wish you all the best. Nothing is going to stop you now from achieving your dreams and ambitions. Aim for the stars and show the world that God is by your side. Before we begin, I would like to introduce you to the amazing people who are sitting on the stage. They have traveled many thousands of miles to be here in Fiji. Let me start to my immediate right. Please give a big Fijian welcome to Mr. Isaac Tigret, who is the founder. He is the founder of the Hard Rock Cafe and the House of Blues, which is a very popular chain of restaurants throughout the world. Sitting next to him is Mr. C. Srinivas, who is the He is the chairman of the Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani hospitals in India. He makes sure that children with heart problems are looked after and receive free surgery and treatment. Then we have Mr. Narasimhamurthy, who is the chief mentor. He is the chief mentor of the Sri Satya Sai institutions in Mudanhalli, India. He helps build schools in India so that children can get education for free. On the other side, we have Mr. Madhusudan Naidu, who is a gold medalist and the trustee of the Sri Satya Sai Lokaseva Trust. He helps with building of schools, hospitals, and spiritual centers throughout the world. Next, we have Mr. Mahendra Tapu, who is the founding trustee and the chairman of Sai Prema Foundation, Fiji. Finally, the two wonderful gentlemen that are sitting there, they've operated on your children's hearts, on your beautiful hearts. So we've got Dr. Ashish Katewa. He's the pediatric cardiac surgeon from the Sanjeevani Hospital in India, in Raipur, and he's also the director of the hospital. So please, a round of applause for him. Then we have Dr. Sean Sethi. He's from the United States of America. He's also a heart surgeon, a children and an adult's heart surgeon. We thank you for being here today as well. Together, these two brilliant surgeons have performed over 6,000 surgeries. So they're amongst the best in the world. Some of the doctors and the team that came from around the world have returned to their homes. However, some have stayed back. Fortunately, some of them are here today in the audience. Please welcome Dr. Ranganathan, who is here. He's from Muscat, Oman, and he's an ICU specialist and an anesthetist. We also have Miss Kim Stewart, who's at the back there. She's an operating theatre nurse. She's from Brisbane, Australia, and a really integral part of the team. We also have Miss Sonia Scott, who's back there. She's a cath lab nurse, also from Brisbane. So to give you all an overview of the Gift of Life program, now this initiative was started in August 2016 when Mr. Srinivas very graciously sent his 10-member team of doctors and medical professionals to Fiji to operate on the children free of cost. This team was led by Dr. Ashish Katewa, and the visit was facilitated by the Sai Prema Foundation Fiji, and this was done in conjunction with the Ministry of Health and Medical Services. A total of 23 successful surgeries were performed at that time, and this year, Sai Prema Foundation has collaborated with the Ministry of Health and Medical Services and also the Sanjeevani hospitals in India, and an international team has graced our shores. So Dr. Ashish Katewa and 7 other team members came from India. Dr. Sean Sethi and his colleague traveled from America. We have Dr. Ben Anderson, who's not here today, and 4 other medical professionals who came from Australia. And we have Dr. Ranganathan, who traveled all the way from Muscat, Oman. So a total of 27 procedures were performed successfully this time around. 27 surgeries in the operating theatre. There were 4 procedures in the cardiac cath lab, and then there were 2 other procedures in the ward. The youngest child that was operated on was 2 months old, and the eldest was 14 years old. Now, for the first time in Fiji, and in fact in the South Pacific, these cardiac catheter procedures were performed on children. And this was made possible by the interventional cardiologist, Dr. Ben Anderson, who came from Brisbane, together with Miss Sonia Scott that you just met earlier. This is a truly historical moment for our country because this has never happened before. Now, these procedures are a little bit different to when the surgeries are done in the operating theatre. They're less invasive. The chest wall does not need to be open, and the recovery time is even quicker. Now, the local doctors and nurses, they played an extremely important role right from the planning phase. And they were led by the head of Department of Pediatrics, Dr. Elisabeth Veretti, and she's actually sitting at the back, Dr. Ili. And was tremendously supported by one of the pediatric registrars, Dr. Marianne Korai. A very big thank you to all the staff that were involved at the CWM hospital, because without their support and contribution, none of this would have been possible. And no doubt there were challenges during the whole process. However, these were all overcome. And the end result are you beautiful children with a happy and healthy heart. Due to the cyclone that was at our shores, the team from India was stranded at the Hong Kong airport. And after a journey of 72 hours, they finally arrived in Fiji. They didn't really rest. They started their work straight away the next day. They started with the screening process. Now, their dedication, this inspires us to continue with this journey. Every year, till Fiji has a local pediatric cardiac unit. And our ultimate aim should be that every child with congenital heart disease gets a chance of the gift of life. Sai Prema Foundation have also collaborated with the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital to give a medical scholarship program for further training at their hospital in India. In fact, they will be providing free training, free accommodation, and free meals, and Sai Prema Foundation will look after the airfares for the candidate. Now, the first doctor identified to go is Dr. Marianne Korai, who's a pediatric registrar. In fact, she's going, she's here. Can I get Marianne to stand up, please? She will be going to India on Wednesday with Dr. Ashish, and she'll be doing a 3-month training in pediatric cardiology and echo training. This will, further broaden her knowledge and her experience in cardiology and make her an even better clinician, so that when she comes back to Fiji, she'll be able to help more and more children. And this is the very first of the many other training programs that we will be looking into in the near future. I will now invite the chairman of the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Hospitals, Mr. Sri Srinivas, to say a few words.
Most revered presence, under whose mercy and kindness this precious gift of life was granted to these children. Dearest parents of these lovely now bundles of joy in your hands and in your laps. Most distinguished members on the dais, dearest Isaac, Brother Nasim Murthy, dear Madhu, Mahendraji, and my ever so dear colleagues in the Sanjeevani family, beginning with dear Ashish, our director in Sanjeevani Raipur, dear Dr. Sean, my colleague on the trust that runs these hospitals. Ranga, it's such a pleasure to see you. Kim, I've heard so much about you, and such a joy to see you with Jason. Mariam, and the distinguished doctor lady from the Memorial Hospital here in Suva. Days begin and only end. Not many go back in our lives as defining days, which are filled with rich memories. This particular day is undoubtedly the most memorable day for all of you parents, and I'm sure the children will realize sometime in their life. it is more memorable because it has given the Tappu family in particular and the Sai Prema Foundation and we in Sanjeevani a future along with you. Not many days give us so much impact to think of a future. For you parents, you have the future ahead. You can live the every breath of your child, seeing what it will grow into, hoping it will become, as dear Krupali said, a star of Fiji tomorrow in sports or in any field that it would grow into. What greater joy to Sanjeevani and to the Sai Foundation here than to see these bundles of joy grow into wonderful citizens. Most importantly, what defines Sanjeevani is you are touched by the divine. I am sure all of you know it could be fate, it could be coincidence, it could be called destiny, providence, or I would call it an act of divine will. An act of divine will has made these little children what they are now and what they will grow into. That they will grow into wonderful citizens is a foregone conclusion. May all the joys of the world be with these little children. You will have the prayers of ever so many. I would leave you with a word of immense praise to my doctor team because they, day in and day out, my dear sisters and brothers, hour in and hour out, live, breathe the life that they give to your children. For them, every moment when they see that child in front of them, they are God's hands working the miracle that we call life. Every day, in and out, we see children by the tens, by the hundreds, by the thousands maybe, but every child to us is as precious as the child is to each one of you in your hands. We fight, we breathe to fight to give you back that bundle of joy. That is Sanjeevani, that is the Sai Prema Foundation. Prema, as you know, is love. The basis of Sanjeevani and the Sai Foundation here is love. These children have been embraced in love. They have been operated about in love. They will grow in love to give love and to spread love and bring joy in this world. May all the blessings of all the gods in the world be on your little children and on this wonderful team that I represent, which works day in and day out, as I said, hour in and hour out, selflessly, diligently, meticulously, tirelessly for these children. God bless, God bless, God bless.
Now I'd like to invite some of the children and the parents who are the Gift of Life recipients. Our first speaker will be Mr. Mohammed Hanif, who is Nemani Mohammed's grandfather, to say a few words.
Hello everybody. The Sai Prema team, the doctors, the parents. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of us who are present here. I am representing my grandson, Nemani Mohammed, is sitting in front there. He's just 6 years old. He was found when he was back 2 years old that he was facing some heart problems, and now he has been operated. Sharing his life before, once he used to play, he used to firstly cough, then vomit. Now all those has gone, and also before he used to sweat a lot. He used to enjoy his life. I could say 24 hours he used to stay in an electric fan, but now no more. One thing with the experience of him after his operation, he eats a lot. So I would like to thank the Sai Prema team, the doctors, and also the Fiji government for allowing this good team in our country and helping these kids operation. Thank you.
Can I next invite Shreya Sukul? She's 11 years old and she's going to say a few words.
My name is Shreyas and Sukul and I am 11 years old. I would like to thank the doctors who have gave me a new gift of life. I also want to thank the Sai Prema Foundation for doing this for me. I want to thank God for saving all the students of Fiji. Thank you.
Can we next have Miss Salote Vitiana? She's baby Angela's mum, and Angela is 1 year old and she had surgery.
I was happy for the team to come here. I was blessed for the team to take the surgery for Andela. And I was happy that Andela is feel free and active too. And may God bless you and wish you all the best.
We celebrated her birthday. She was in ICU. Celebrated her birthday.
Can we next have Marioni Sangatoro? She is 11 years old and she cannot speak or hear. We'll also have Mr. Tomasi Senimbao Sr., who's going to translate for her.
What you want to say to people sitting here this morning? What you want to say? Yes.
Let's translate what she said. Let's translate what she said. Thank you.
I just want to thank you, thank the team for coming, the doctors who are here this morning. I just want to thank you for the injection that you have given us, given me. Thank you very much. Thank you all for your presence this morning. Thank you very much, doctors. Thank you. Keep on saying thank you. Thank you very much.
will be with her. Will protect her and be with her. You want to say something? Say something. Say thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you very much. We say good for the God. And we say family, for all the doctor, we have to make the operation for my daughter. We stayed for a long time. We start from last year. We just give for the God. We try to operation for my daughter. Maybe a little bit it's okay now. Let forgive for thanks, Mr. Prem and the doctor. We make for the operation for my daughter. We can give thanks with my family and with my parents and with my friends. We all sitting down in this morning. Thank you very much.
Next, I'd like to invite Anna Vital, and she's 9 years old, and she'll say a few words.
My name is Anabita Tumbokuru. My village is Namosi. I am in year 4. My dear friends, my parents, my beautiful and smiling face doctors, and especially the most careful and helpful person whom I will not forget, Master Tapu. I would like to thank you all for my wonderful support to care the life of my friend without the worry of our parents. Thank you.
Can I now invite Dr. Ashish Katewa to say a few words? He's the head pediatric surgeon, and he's also the director of the Sanjeevani Hospital.
Thanks, Kripali. Nisabula, namaskar, and good morning. It's a great honor to be here. It's a long journey with a lot of trials and tribulations, but the end of the journey would be Fiji's own pediatric cardiac care center. I represent my team. Some of those are here. Many of those have gone back with very happy memories from Fiji, and with a sense of joy and satisfaction that could play an important part in the whole mission. It's really an honor and privilege that we have been given this opportunity to be of service to you. Not many would be bestowed with this honor, really. We'll keep on coming, hopefully every year, like some other teams who keep on coming, but that's not really the solution. What we should be focusing on is to have Fiji's own pediatric cardiac program. This is a very small effort in that direction. Let's plan to have Fiji's own doctors and nurses to take care of Fiji's children. Not only Fiji, but also other islands in South Pacific. Fiji can be the beacon of hope for all the children with congenital heart disease spread out among these islands. And if we can be of any help and assistance, we'll be very happy. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Angie, who is Ronav's mum, and Ronav had surgery. He's 6 years old.
I take this time to thank all the doctors, Mr. Tapu and the Sai Prema Foundation for doing a marvelous job here in Fiji for all the children and giving new life to them. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Sean Sethi to say a few words, please.
My humble pranams to our Divine Lord, esteemed guests, revered elders, brothers and sisters, and of course our beautiful children sitting up front. I'm going to start with a quote from Mother Teresa. There is a light in this world, a healing spirit more powerful than any darkness we may encounter. I think we've seen a little bit of that light on this trip. I would like to thank many people, and not to be repetitive, but I think it needs to be done. I'd like to first thank the Sai Prema Foundation and all its members for organizing this, the government of Fiji who were involved with this program, the tireless team at the Colonial War Memorial Hospital, several of which are sitting in the back. Without their efforts before the surgeries and also after these surgeries, this would not have been possible. To the Tapu family, who has welcomed us as a family, and the international medical team, many of who you have heard worked tirelessly to perform the surgeries and the procedures. And of course, to the people of Fiji and the precious children we all have here, you have entrusted your children to us, and we see that as a great honor. I want to end with highlighting just one story. One of the children, I won't say who it is, but that child is actually here. When they came in, I asked them, how do you feel? Do you feel tired? They said, no, I feel okay. But then when I talked to them, they actually did struggle. They had problems walking and got short of breath. And I think what people don't understand is that they don't know what it feels like to be normal, because they've been living with this their whole life. So then after surgery, on the second or third day, I constantly saw this patient walking around, not only on the ward, but in the ICU too. And I saw a smile on the face. And so I instantly knew what was going on. But the next day, I actually asked the patient, how do you feel? And the patient, big smile, I feel great. I can breathe for the first time. So these are... I think this is what we should not forget. It's God's gift to Fiji and to the children, and hopefully these children can come back, and hopefully a lot of you can come back and work in the hospital setting and give back a little bit to your society and your people. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite Ms. Farani Sese, who is Maritha's mum.
Dear signatories, dear Sai Prema Foundation team, I'm very honored and blessed this morning to say a few words of thanks for your assistance, especially in getting Maritha's life back on track. I know if we have to send Maritha overseas for operation, it will be a very costly one and time-consuming for us. Having your assistance and having your team over here in Fiji, on behalf of all the parents and families, we are grateful, thankful, honored and blessed that you are here with all your team and doctors to assist the children of Fiji in their operation. surgery and getting their life back on track. Thank you, and thank you so much. God bless.
I'd now like to invite Dr. Marianne Korai to say a few words. As you heard earlier, she's a pediatric registrar, and she will be going to Sanjeevani Hospital soon on Wednesday. Dr. Marianne.
Thank you, Dr. Krupali. Good afternoon, distinguished guests and our beautiful children and their families. It is a beautiful day, and I'm privileged to be part of this occasion. First of all, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity, and I think the Sai Prima Foundation and Sai Baba principles are same as our principle, the Christian principles, which is basically love all and save all. So I think we all have the same vision in life, and I'm so honored and blessed to be invited and to be able to go to Sanjeevani Hospital. Thank you, Chairman and Director of Sanjeevani Hospital, to be able to go. And it's a big responsibility on my shoulder to come back with sharper eco skills, and I thank you, my ministry as well, for releasing me. And I thank you, my sponsors, Mr. Mahendra Tapu and the Sai Prima Foundation, the rest of you. I thank you, those of you who are here and those of you who I haven't met. Please know that I am very honored and happy to be chosen and to given this opportunity. So I look forward to go to India and learn what I can and come back. And I think this is a beautiful example of how NGOs and government can all work together for a greater vision. Thank you.
Finally, I pray to Brother Madhusudan Naidu to give the divine message of God.
Sairam everyone. As we pray to Bhagwan Baba, who is here with us, seated in the chair, though invisible, but definitely present, and I convey his message. Baba says, children are the seed of the future. Just like a farmer needs to protect good seeds so that he has a good harvest later, the society needs to protect the children today so that they have a good society tomorrow. And children are the responsibility, a collective responsibility of everyone, not just the parents, because they are part of the society tomorrow. So therefore, this work is not just of few people or a few parents, but it is of the entire society to look after its children. Our children are our chief guests today. They're all getting restless. They have been waiting for long. So we should close this program quickly. But to the parents, one word: treat them as God's property in your care. And they must be grown well, they must be groomed well, they must be brought up well so that they are good citizens and good servants of God by serving the society tomorrow. That's all we expect from you. Be good parents, train your children in a good way so that they become good people tomorrow and help more. With much blessings to all the children and parents, we quickly will conclude the program with gift of life certificates.
As I call your name, please do come up and receive the gift of life certificate. Marioni Sangatoro. Marioni. Next is Marida Delaim Batiki. Losalini Navita. Samar Sharma. Samar Sharma. Then Nemani Mohammed. Mariani Suraki. Mariani Suraki. Next is Arav Kumar. Next is Josefa Sivatambua. Next is Shreya Sukul. Next is Joka Pedi. Next is Lupe Tikomai Sawani. Next is Anna Vital. Then Tomasi Senimbiao. Tomasi Senimbiao. Next is Mereseni Vulai. Mereseni Vulai. Then we'll have Bhavisha Reddy. Bhavisha Reddy. Angela Dhirimaitonga. Shania Kumar. Ronav Chand. Six years old. Darsh Prasad. Darsh Prasad. Timaima. Next is Timaima. She's 1 year old. Next is Janvi Chand. Janvi Chand, she's 1 year old. Next is Ansh Kumar, he's 6 years old. Then we have Remy Kenny, who is 2 months old. Ify Remy Kenny. Ify Remy Kenny. Next is Litiana Terry, she's 14 months old. Next, can we have Mitieli Langere? He had surgery done in 2016, and he's come here today. We also have Selina Tukana, who had surgery in 2016 for the Certificate of Good Health. We also want to honor the brilliant team of doctors and medical team who have sacrificed their time and holidays to look after our children of Fiji. We'll start off by honoring the wonderful Mr. C. Srinivas, who has sent his team from Raipur. Then Dr. Ashish Katewa, please. Dr. Sean Sethi. Dr. Ranganathan. Miss Kim Stewart. And Miss Sonia Scott, please come on the stage. We also have a cake, and can I please invite, we'll bring the cake in, and can I please invite all the children together around the table? Can I please invite the children to come on stage? Marianne? Oh, yes. Marianne, can you please come on stage as well? Dr. Marianne? Hooray! Hooray! Yay! Can I request everyone to take a seat now? Oh. We have one more child, Robert Jeff, who's just arrived. We'll give him his Gift of Life certificate and present. I request everyone to remain seated. Once our dignitaries depart, a delicious lunch will be served to all of you, together with the amazing, beautiful cake. So please don't go without having lunch. Thank you to all of you for coming today. This celebration wouldn't have been a celebration without you all. Thank you once again.